That all-inclusive cruise package you just booked? It's about to cost you twice what you paid. The average cruise passenger spends an additional $1,500 in hidden fees, overpriced drinks, and surcharges that were never mentioned in the glossy brochure. And that's exactly how cruise lines want it. Your floating paradise is actually a floating cash extraction machine with profit margins that would make luxury hotels blush. Today, I'm exposing the cruise industry's most guarded secrets that they desperately hope you never discover. By the end, I'll reveal the single most profitable scam in the entire industry, a service that costs cruise lines pennies, but they'll charge you hundreds for, with a 98% profit margin. The drinks package deception. That unlimited drinks package for $89 per day seems like a great deal until you read the fine print. What cruise lines don't tell you: everyone in your cabin must purchase the same package, even non-drinkers and children, at a slightly reduced rate. For a family of 4, that's over $300 daily just for beverages, more than many hotel rooms cost per night. Even worse, these packages typically have hidden limits, usually 15 drinks per day. And the price is calculated assuming you'll drink 5 to 7 alcoholic beverages daily. Internal cruise line data shows 73% of passengers never reach this threshold, making these packages pure profit. Purchase drinks individually unless you're certain you'll consume at least 7 alcoholic beverages daily. For a family, this almost never makes financial sense. The dangerous water quality. Those beautiful swimming pools on the top deck? They're not regulated by the FDA or EPA like pools on land. The CDC's vessel sanitation program only inspects pools on US-based ships twice a year, and even then, 1 in 4 ships fail bacterial contamination tests. The horrifying truth: when cases of norovirus break out, which happens on approximately 15 cruise voyages annually, cruise ships often continue using the same pools, sometimes just adding more chlorine rather than completely draining and cleaning them. Industry insider documents reveal that saltwater pools on ships are only fully drained and cleaned once every 6 to 8 weeks, with freshwater pools every 2 to 3 weeks. Meanwhile, each pool is used by approximately 300 to 700 passengers daily. Protection strategy: swim early in the morning when pools are most likely to have been shocked with chlorine overnight. And never ever get pool water in your mouth. The cabin air circulation secret. Your cruise cabin's air isn't just recycled, it's potentially hazardous. Unlike airplane HEPA filters, most cruise ships use basic filtration systems that don't capture fine particulates or many pathogens. The industry's dirty secret. Cabin air is often shared between multiple rooms through connected ventilation systems. A 2019 study found that airborne norovirus particles can travel through ship ventilation to infect passengers up to 5 cabins away from the source. Even more disturbing, ships operating under certain foreign flags aren't required to meet strict air quality standards. Internal maintenance logs from major cruise lines show some ships operate with filters well past their replacement date during peak season. Bring a small portable air purifier for your cabin. Look for HEPA filters specifically, and avoid interior cabins entirely. They have the worst ventilation and air exchange rates. The medical facility reality. Cruise advertisements show state-of-the-art medical facilities, but the reality is far different. Most ship hospitals are equivalent to urgent care facilities at best, lacking equipment to handle serious emergencies like heart attacks, strokes, or complicated pregnancies. What they don't tell you: ship doctors aren't required to be specialists in emergency medicine, and many are foreign contractors who don't meet U.S. medical licensing standards. A 2018 industry audit found that 26% of cruise ship medical staff would not qualify to practice in American hospitals. The financial sting? Medical services on board aren't covered by most health insurance or travel insurance, and prices are astronomical. A simple IV for dehydration can cost $750 to $1,000, with a visit for seasickness running $150 just to start. Research the nearest hospitals at each port before sailing. In a true emergency, you're better off being evacuated to land, even though the emergency helicopter evacuation can cost $25,000 to $30,000 if you're not properly insured. The gratuity automation scheme. That prepaid gratuity package seemed convenient, right? What cruise lines don't reveal is that these mandatory tips rarely go entirely to the staff. Internal payment documents leaked from major cruise lines show that up to 30% of automatic gratuities are retained by the company, while simultaneously allowing them to pay staff below minimum wage because they're technically tipped employees. The average housekeeping staff member works 10 to 14-hour days, 7 days a week, for 6 to 10-month contracts, often earning as little as $2.50 per hour once the gratuity sharing system is applied. Meanwhile, the prepaid gratuity program generates over $500 million annually for the 3 largest cruise companies. Ethical approach. Bring cash and tip your room steward and regular servers directly. When you see the same service staff repeatedly, hand them cash personally to ensure they receive 100% of your gratuity. The port timing manipulation. Ever notice how little time you actually spend in the beautiful destinations? That's by design. Cruise lines deliberately limit port time to 6 to 8 hours at most locations to ensure you spend more money on board rather than on local businesses. The profit calculation is simple. You can only spend at local restaurants, shops, and attractions while in port. The other 16 to 18 hours, you're a captive customer for the cruise line's casinos, shops, restaurants, and bars. Industry scheduling documents show that itineraries are specifically engineered to keep ships at sea during prime dining hours. This is why most ships leave port by 4 to 5 p.m., ensuring you'll have dinner on the ship rather than in local restaurants. Plan smart. Book independent tours that start earlier than the ship's excursions. Local tour operators often offer better experiences at lower prices, and they know exactly when you need to be back. Their business depends on returning you on time. The casino odds manipulation. That casino in the middle of the ship operates under different rules than land-based casinos. Since they're in international waters, they're not regulated by any gaming commission that ensures fair odds. The shocking truth: slot machines on cruise ships are programmed with significantly lower payout percentages than Las Vegas casinos, often 15 to 20% lower, while Vegas slots typically return 90 to 95% of money played. Cruise ships can legally set returns as low as 75%. Blackjack and poker tables are similarly adjusted against players. Industry consultants who program these systems confirmed that cruise line probability models target capturing 30 to 35% of all money gambled, compared to the 5 to 10% expected profit margin in regulated casinos. Save your money. Set a strict loss limit before entering the casino. Better yet, avoid it entirely. It's literally the worst odds gambling you can legally find. The shore excursion markup. Those convenient shore excursions sold on board come with a shocking markup. When you book a tour through the cruise line, they're taking a 50 to 70% commission on every ticket. Internal revenue documents show that excursions are the 3rd most profitable revenue stream for cruise lines after alcohol and casinos, generating approximately $60 to $85 per passenger per day in pure profit. The deception goes deeper. Cruise lines often warn that independent tours might not get you back to the ship on time, creating fear that you'll be left behind. What they don't mention is that reputable local tour operators have perfect track records and offer identical experiences at 30 to 50% lower prices. Research and book tours directly with local operators before your cruise. They'll often meet you right at the port, provide better, more authentic experiences, and still get you back with time to spare. The onboard retail pricing scheme. Those duty-free shops don't actually offer good deals. Cruise ships bank on passengers assuming they're getting bargains, when detailed price comparisons show items are often 10 to 30% more expensive than mainstream retail stores on land. The jewelry scam is particularly egregious. Gemological assessments of special occasion jewelry sold on cruises show that items are typically marked up 300 to 400% above market value, with quality often lower than represented. Even basic necessities like sunscreen and toiletries are marked up to extraordinary levels. An $8 bottle of sunscreen on land costs $24 to $29 on board. And they know exactly when to feature these items, right after you've passed the point of no return and can't shop elsewhere. Pack extensively to avoid onboard purchases. For souvenirs, wait until you're in port. For luxury items, take photos of what you like and comparison shop when you return home. The Internet Package Racket. That internet package might be the most overpriced service in the entire travel industry. What cruise lines don't disclose, the actual cost of providing satellite internet has dropped by over 85% in the past decade, while cruise internet package prices have decreased by only 10 to 15%. Internal financial documents reveal that internet services have a 98% profit margin, the highest of any service offered on board. The $20 per day unlimited package costs the cruise line approximately 40 cents per passenger to provide. Even worse, these packages rarely deliver the promised speeds. The fine print reveals that high-speed packages are typically throttled to 1 to 3 megabits per second, slower than 1990s dial-up in some cases, with actual performance dropping significantly during peak usage hours. Download entertainment before boarding and use your phone's data when in port. If you must purchase an internet package, buy the single device option and hotspot to other devices, though cruise lines are increasingly blocking this workaround. There you have it, 10 secrets the cruise industry would rather keep hidden from passengers. From dangerous water quality to casino odds stacked heavily against you, knowing these insider facts completely transforms how you approach your next cruise vacation. And that most profitable scam I promised to reveal? The internet package with its staggering 98% profit margin represents everything wrong with the cruise industry model. Taking a service that should be reasonably priced and marking it up to extraordinary levels, knowing you have no alternatives once on board. But here's the real takeaway. Cruises can still be an amazing vacation value if you navigate these hidden traps. By booking excursions independently, avoiding package traps, and knowing where the real costs lie, you can enjoy the experience without emptying your wallet. Safe travels, and I'll see you on the next cruise. Just don't expect me at the casino or buying the internet package.